Support WrestleTalk!
It's time for the AEW Double or Nothing predictions. I'm Luke Owen, DAD, and I'm joined by Oliver Davis.
Pipe bomb's greater than math.
I guess it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I suppose you did definitively prove that.
Objectively. Yeah. Double or nothing.
Anyway, Double or Nothing
is a maths thing.
I mean, it is, yeah. And, you know, they
Drop
made
a pipe bomb on it.
So we're here to do our AEW Double or Nothing predictions for 2024. Welcome to the WrestleTalk Podcast. Please do press the subscribe button. Give us a little thumbs up as well. Leave a comment down below with what you think is going to happen at AEW Double or Nothing. As we get into this show, there's 10 matches to cover as it currently stands.
Yeah.
There are still 2 more AEW shows to go before we get to Double or Nothing.
One of them's been taped, Rampage. Nothing was announced there.
Hey, there's always backstage segments, man.
Collision is on Saturday.
Yep. No, it's nothing announced for it thus far. I mean, Death Triangle are going to have a match, I think.
Yeah, Lucha Bros versus the Guns.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see. Maybe it just stays as a 10-match card. Who actually knows? But we'll get into what we do have announced, and we're kicking things off with the AEW International Championship between Roderick Strong defending against Will Ospreay.
So I've not looked at the overall card before heading into this record. I've seen, Excalibur's run it down to me on Dynamite, but it didn't all land because there's a lot of it. So I feel like when we did Dynasty predictions, we were very much...
What a card.
For everyone, this could go either way. And whatever way it goes, I'm happy with. Most of the matches on this card, I feel, are quite predictable. And surely that means there'll be at least 1 or 2 unexpected results then. And I think this is one of them. Ospreay should win. We all know that. But does Adam Cole interfere? Does Wardlow interfere to cost Ospreay this match for the rematch down the line?
There's also the argument of, does Will Ospreay need the International Championship? Like, if you're going to be pushing this guy as like he should be probably your top babyface on the whole show, like if maybe he should be positioned above this title. Does this mid-cardify Will Ospreay to put this belt on him?
No, there are no mid-card belts anymore. They're all undercarder belts. I mean, it's quite something to have a Carter, Will Ospreay, and Adam Copeland as your mid-card title holders.
It's not bad, really, is it? And actually saying that, this did headline, a pay-per-view, this International Championship, when it was Cassidy and Moxley.
But really, I would much prefer it if there was only one mid-card title, and you had those 3 guys going for it, or going for the main event. So I will say, I'm going to say Ospreay.
Okay. I'm going for a Roddy retention.
Oh, you really? How?
I mean, Taven. Bennett.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not Wardlow?
Well, maybe Wardlow gets something wrong, the big oaf. And I wonder if you can use this to sort of maybe build towards an Ospreay Cole match down the line.
Yeah. Well, Cole was standing at the last pay-per-view, wasn't it, that he came out?
He was then on TV, I think, for a promo one week, and I haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen Wardlow much either, but I've seen a lot of Taven and Bennett.
Well, when Wardlow attacked Ospreay on the Dynamite Go Home episode, I thought, I could watch that match.
Yeah, I could go for that one.
So you could have Roddy drop the belt to Ospreay, and then you have a host of United Kingdom matches. Undisputed Kingdom matches. Yeah. Oh, they're building to the Kingdom versus the United Kingdom.
I mean, I'm well in for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Carl Fletcher breaks away. Surely Mark Davis is due back. We've already seen Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
Great O'Khan's always a phone call away.
Oh, we can get Great O'Khan on AEW. Oh, we'll be firing on all.
MJF's favourite wrestler.
Forbidden Door is just around the corner, after all.
I'm going to go Ospreay.
I'm sticking with Roddy on this one because I think you're right. I think there are some slightly predictable matches here. I think this is going to be one of those ones you go in like, surely Ospreay's going to win, and then he doesn't. And I don't think it's going to hurt him either way. Timeless Toni Storm defends the AEW Women's World Championship against Serena Deeb, as we saw on this week's Dynamite, and as you and I discussed on the podcast yesterday. Seemingly babyface Toni Storm now going up against the heel Deeb.
On this show.
Which I think is completely the right way to go.
That could change by Rampage.
It could do. I think, though, this will probably be a Toni Storm retention.
Yeah, Toni Storm.
Yeah. I think so. I'm pretty confident in that.
She's the most over, and she has the obviously long-running story with Mariah May.
Yes, absolutely.
But here's my prediction. I think it will be one of the best matches of the night.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely think that could be the case. For the TNT Championship, in a barbed wire steel cage match, it is Adam Copeland defending against Malakai Black, who I'm hoping has not had a shower, so he is all still covered in the red gack.
Chunky gack.
Oh, yeah.
This is an interesting one. Do you have to escape the barbed wire cage?
AEW rules is not escape the cage. It's pinfall.
You see, if Copeland can't, because Malakai's not getting pinned.
No?
Well, Malakai doesn't like to get pinned.
So the scuttlebutt has always been he doesn't mind getting pinned if you've worked for WWE in the past, because then you've made it.
We're being facetious. But, I would love to see Malakai win here.
Oh, a very short reign for Copeland. After all those months of chasing the belts, you're just going to...
But that's the thing. Yeah, it's probably a Copeland win, isn't it?
I think this is a Copeland retention. I also, as in the Dynamite show, I think we get Gangrel on the show. Yeah.
Do you think this is the last match of the feud, though, between them?
No.
I've quite enjoyed Copeland beats him over and over again.
There's obviously that. We need to build to the mixed tag with Beth Phoenix and Julia Hart when she's back again. Or maybe, so a Sky Blue can be the replacement instead. She could be the Red Velvet to the Brandy Rhodes of this feud. But yeah, I think this is not the end of this tale.
Do I go Copeland? Did Copeland win it at Dynasty or Revolution? I think it was Dynasty.
Dynasty, yeah. Well, he went on TV, didn't he?
You're right. It was that one in Canada.
In Canada.
Which I think was back in March, because they had that run of Mercedes, Mone, Ospreay.
Oh, yeah, Craig, you're right.
And then that. I think it's a longer title. I think it's 2 months long.
Okay. So, I can actually...
Yeah, that's...
I'm on Wikipedia currently.
Take it to the stats.
He won it.
Oh, I'm going to go Malakai Black here.
Yeah?
Because I went... That's a lot of title changes.
So he won it in March 20th. You're absolutely right. In Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 63 days as of this recording he has currently held it for.
Which isn't still a long, long reign, but it's the international...
TNT
It's
champion.
the TNT title.
And it's longer than his first reign.
You know what? I'm going to go Malakai Black.
Oh, this is huge. I'm sticking with Copeland. I think this is a Copeland retention here.
I am forcing my own unpredictability into this show.
I like it, but, I don't think we're going to see any title changes on this show. Spoilers for some...
I predicted 2 already.
No, I think one of them will change hands, actually, now that I've said that. John Moxley takes on Konosuke Takeshita in a World Championship Eliminator match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. If Takeshita wins, he will receive a shot at the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, regardless of who the champion is.
Well, I feel like that means it's a Takeshita win. That'll be a huge win for Takeshita over Moxley. I've seen a lot of people go, oh, yeah, because that'll be a Forbidden Door match. And I'm like... But Takeshita's never been part of New Japan.
But it doesn't have to be... you could just do an AEW versus AEW
He's
match.
an AEW guy for a New Japan
Well, that's
title.
why I just said you could do an AEW versus AEW match. They did it with Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa.
That's fair. I'm going for Takeshita.
I'm also going with Takeshita on this one. I think that you've set it up as a world title eliminator match so you can give Takeshita a win.
Such a shame this isn't a proper title match.
Yeah.
I feel like an eliminator match, that's a TV thing. I'm glad both men are on the card, but I don't think the story and stakes are there.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree with that. Trent Barretta takes on Orange Cassidy. This is...
a straight wrestling match.
It's a straight wrestling match. It's also one of 2 matches on this 10-match card, not for a belt.
I'm surprised. Surely it's for the Best Friends Championship or something like that.
It is just a straight singles match. You could argue that the Moxley Takeshita match is also not for a belt, but it's for a belt. A belt is on the line.
I'm going to say Trent via Don Callis treachery.
I'm going to say Orange Cassidy.
Oh.
But and the only reason I'm saying that's because it's different to your pick. But my initial pick was going to be Trent Barretta via Chris Statlander treachery. Now thinking about that, it makes more sense to keep her involved in the Willow things towards the end of the night.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think I know some people are pushing for it to be the main event. I don't think it will be.
No.
No, I think in the arena will be.
It would be nice to make that the opening match.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get lost in the infinite middle.
Yeah.
And then you have Swerve as the second to last and Anarchy in the arena as the main event.
I agree. So you're saying Trent? I'm going to say OC. For the World Championship, it is Chris Jericho defending against Hook and Katsuyori Shibata.
Do you want to go first? So I can figure out?
Jericho retention
Yeah.
in this one. I think Samoa Joe kind of set us up for this one. You two keep getting in each other's way. Like, you're even targeting each other now when you should be focused on the prize at hand. And I think that is going to be the story going into this match, is that they are almost going to cancel each other out in this three-way.
You got the big redwood on the outside as well.
That's true.
Big ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's a Jericho retention.
Yeah.
Not what I particularly care about, although I am enjoying aspects of all of this.
I'm looking forward to Jericho retaining here, and that is going to then build to a Jericho Samoa Joe match on TV.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm actually quite in for. For the Trios Championships, we think it is currently not for the belts at the time of recording, but I believe that the match on Saturday is to determine whether it is for the belts. But I think this is, we'll probably find this is going to be for the Trios Championship. It is the Bang Bang Gang taking on Death Triangle, the reuniting Death Triangle.
You said it wrong. It's the Bang Bang Gang!
Who was that an impression of?
That's in the entrance.
Oh, I see.
And it goes round. It's the cool
Yeah.
entrance. And then I think it's Austin Gunn goes,
Yeah.
by orders of the gang... Oh. The Bang Bang Gang. And it's awesome.
It is the cool.
And it sounds exactly like the way I do it.
It's the battle of the entrances, as you said in your edited review. Two cool ass entrances here.
I don't find Death Triangle cool.
What?
I find them a hodgepodge of people. No, the hodgepodge is unfair because two
Two
make
of them are brothers.
very consistent sense. I just don't believe they hang out.
For me, the only one is it's Alex Abrahantes. I was like, why are you at the... Why are you here?
It's got to be a bang bang gang retention.
I think it's a gang bang gang retention. Yeah, I think they retain the titles here, but I think it's going to be a very, very good match.
Yeah.
We have for the AEW TBS Championship, Willow Nightingale defends against Mercedes Mone in her first AEW match. Now, I suppose the story going into this match, outside of the story they've been telling on TV, is that Stardom wanted to book a TBS Championship match with Willow Nightingale, and Tony Khan, according to Dave Meltzer, had said, Tony Khan basically told them, if you're going to do it, you need to do it now. Do not do this after Double or Nothing.
Also, the Stardom president said something very similar.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, it has to be now. Oh, that's it, right? Yeah, it was the Stardom president that said we had to do this match here and now, which would say that it's probably a Mercedes win.
Yeah.
Or is that just one big old swerve to make us think? Because I thought like it's a Willow retention here because she's only just won the belt. Maybe it feels a little bit too easy just to put the belt onto Mercedes from the get-go. But I think with Mercedes now going into this heel direction, and part of the reason is why you put the United States Championship on Logan Paul, is so that she can go to all of these media things while holding an AEW title.
Maybe I'm not as dialed in as other people, but how many media things is Mercedes Mone going to?
Did you not listen to her promo last week where she literally listed off the things that she did, where she's on red carpet, she threw the first ball at a baseball game, she did a tennis thing, I think, maybe a basketball thing. She was front row for a basketball thing. And then, she's going to like premier events because she is a celebrity of sorts.
But is that a character telling me that, or is she
She's actually doing them, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the smart money here is Mercedes Moné as a full-on heel, and by the end of this match, she should absolutely be a heel. Let's chuck in some fun Chris Statlander turning on Willow as well, and Stokely sides with Moné. I think that'd be an awesome pairing together. Yeah, and Willow, I can get into my... She might have won the title already, but now I can have my story of Willow chasing the evil heel. I get to do NXT Bayley again.
It's not a bad shout. And I think the smart money is on Mercedes retaining. Oh, sorry, Mercedes winning even.
But you're...
No, I'm going to go Mercedes.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm going to go with Mercedes. My heart says Willow, but I think my head is telling me.
That's why it's important for your heart to be broken.
You need to break it before it can be rebuilt. For the AEW World Championship, Swerve Strickland defends against Christian Cage.
Swerve Strickland.
Yeah. Probably going to be a very good match.
Yeah.
But Swerve's going to win here.
Oh, there'll be a lot of interference, a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Not that they need it, just that's Christian's style of match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Not really.
No.
Like the go home angle.
Me too.
It's still not the Swerve I bought into.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to what the next program is.
Hangman Page, maybe.
Hopefully.
Which brings us to our main event. It is Anarchy in the Arena as the Elite of Kazuchika, Okada, Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson taking on Team AEW, Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, and FTR of Cash Wheeler and Dax Hardwood.
Hopefully Darby Allin.
Why do you think he's not going to wrestle?
Well, he might be concussed. I don't know. Like, he might get hit by a bus.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
You get hit by one bus, you make sure you look... I mean, Darby Allin probably doesn't because that man fears nothing. But I remember I nearly got hit by a bus in London once on a drunken night out, and my sister-in-law pulled me back from being hit by that bus. And now particularly on that crossing, I'm extra vigilant.
Oh, yeah. No other crossings. Run across like this.
It's just that one by Leicester Square. That's the only one I'm ever really looking at.
I'm a bit not upset, but I think it's a missed opportunity to not have control of AEW on the line here. Maybe that's what they do now, heading into the
Blood and Guts around the
Blood
corner.
and Guts. Is it Blood and Guts? Have they announced Blood and Guts?
No,
or is
but
just
Blood
time
and Guts,
of year?
Blood and Guts usually comes around this time of year, following Forbidden Door. Is when you usually get Blood and Guts.
Do you think
that's
it'll
the
be a
last
pay-per-view?
2 years anyway. No, it's a TV thing. Blood and
But
Guts.
this year they've got more pay-per-views.
I think they haven't announced any more.
Oh no, they've not.
They've already announced the pay-per-view lineup for this year, more or less.
Because control for AEW is not on the line, I don't think it's a cert that the Elite win. But I still think the Elite win because they are a coherent unit. They're the new top main event heel act. And there's a lot more story mileage in them winning than Team AEW. But I can see original Team AEW winning unless Darby turns heel.
Or the Elite win when Bryan Danielson turns heel.
No.
Joins the Elite.
No, you think?
Just saying. Could happen.
Have you just thought that, or have you been
No,
suspecting it?
I thought about that this morning when I was watching Dynamite. At the end of the show, I was like, wouldn't it be interesting if Danielson turned heel?
Stop.
And his whole promo of I love AEW, I'm doing this to protect AEW. It's like, that's also a lot of what the Bucks say. They're doing this for AEW to take it to the next level.
Interesting.
However, it's his final year. Surely, maybe you just want to have, just ride off into the sunset as being full-fledged Bryan Danielson. But the man's also a little bit of a sicko, so maybe he does want to... I'm just going to fully turn heel for a little bit.
But then, the go-home episode of Dynamite, the Elite, put a hit out on him.
Mm-hmm.
He put Nicholas Jackson through a table.
Yeah, so it's all, sometimes...
We don't like that style of wrestling storytelling.
Sometimes you've got to convince the babyfaces that you're really working alongside them.
I like it.
Each and every one of you bought it.
Yeah. I like the shock storyline-wise, I'd have questions. I think Darby turning, though, he's an AEW original, although you've already got a Jack Perry right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Although, what's more Sting than
Well, no,
Sonny joining?
What's more Sting than your tag partner turning on you in Bryan
That's
Danielson?
a good point. That's a good point.
I've got the Elite to win, though.
Yes.
I think the Elite win here. I don't know whether there's a heel turn shenanigans within there, but I think the Elite win. And I think it's going to be mad. And I also think Darby Allin's going to get set on fire.
Oh, you think? Yeah, I guess that would be the way round.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be anyone else being set on fire.
He's gone through glass earlier this year.
Yep.
How can he top it?
Got hit by a bus. But
Not on camera.
well, that's the problem. It wasn't on camera, so he's there be like, "Oh, why wasn't that caught on film?"
Well, you get hit by one of those production trucks or
it's not a
a
bad shout.
buggy.
Yeah, but I think if anyone's being set on fire, it's Mr. Allen.
Yeah, you're right there.
So what you said in last week's episode of "Hey, he's in Anarchy." Oh no, he's in Anarchy in the arena. So yeah, are you going with the Elite or are you going with Team AEW?
I'm going strongly with the Elite.
Okay.
Although they've made me doubt more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I wonder if part of mine is the final angle was Team AEW standing tall. So booking logic dictates that means that the opposite team are going to win.
Yeah.
It's also got Okada on that team. And you know who likes winning? Okada. Do you know who loves losing? Bryan Danielson. So there you go. Those are our AEW predictions. Leave a comment down below with what you think is going to happen. And hey, if you look in that video description, there is a link for Wrestle League down there. Sign up for Wrestle League, because if you think these two dweebs have done a bad job predicting the show, why don't you predict against us and show us how smart you are, tough guy, by going to Wrestle League, signing up. It's completely free, and going into Predictions Warfare, where there are cash prizes to be won. So a lot on the line there. And as I was saying to Dan Layton on the King and Queen of the Ring predictions, I'm having a blinder of a season. I've got one wrong across this whole season.
You don't want to miss this weekend as well,
It's a
because
doubleheader.
lot of points you'll fall behind on.
Yeah.
Sorry. You said there's cash prizes. That's the coin drop, isn't it? The Foley podcast listeners.
Do you think that
coins.
sounds like coins?
Yeah.
Or does it sound like keys?
Sounds like coins. Everyone knows it.
So yeah, leave a comment down below with what you think. Subscribe to the channel as well. Give us a little thumbs up, and we will see you on Monday, because Ollie Davis and I will be giving our full review of AEW Double or Nothing 2024. We've got loads coming up on the channels this weekend. Tomorrow, it is in fact WWE King and Queen of the Ring. We're doing live reactions for it over on the WrestleTalk News channel. So make sure you go over there and join us for all the fun reactions for that show. Until then, I've been Luke Owen, DAD. That has been Ollie Davis. Jam that jam.